And hello, welcome to the Bryan Hartson Show. I'm Bryan Hartson, and I am here with you today. We are on YouTube today, and this is our first shot on YouTube. We've been live on Facebook and with Twitter, of course. So, anywho, I'm going to spend a couple minutes with you today, just so I can give us a rundown and see how we're looking on actual YouTube, fine-tune things that we need to fine-tune. Today, I'm going to share with you some what I think is considered interesting for today's time. And so today, you'll probably see it on the news a little bit later. It's out in the Riverside area. A driver intentionally strikes a police officer vehicle. Now, you may or may not have seen it yet, but I've looked at the police officer's vehicle, and the front end is damaged. And basically, this lady just comes straight in, boom, and front ends the vehicle policeman. So it was about 9:30 in the morning yesterday, Wednesday the 24th, and the police were responding to a car crashing into other vehicles in the McDonald's drive-through. Not something you're really expecting to see it in the morning at 9:30 in the morning, but it so happened in the 500 block of Van Buren Boulevard. The suspect, who was a female, later identified as a female, or we'll just call her a female, fled to the southbound on Van Buren Boulevard, and two officers were on the scene going northbound. Female driver intentionally crossed over into the officers' lanes of traffic and drove straight at him. They were unable to avoid the car, and she collided head-on with them. Totally intentional. Person is Brenda Mesa. She's a 36-year-old of Riverside, arrested and taken to a local hospital, as were the police officers taken to the hospital. They are fine. Police officers are going to be on light duty. Actually, they're going to be off for a couple of days while they do a little recuperating, and then they will be on light duty. Here's the thing, though, ladies and gentlemen. This woman, 36-year-old Brenda Mesa, decides to drive into people with a vehicle, and then decides to go head on into a police vehicle, disabling the vehicle and injuring two police officers. Police vehicles have that big thing on the front. That's a bar that they can push stuff with. Imagine if it was somebody else's vehicle. Maybe it was your vehicle, my vehicle. How would you feel about that? I know how I feel about that. I'd be pretty irritated about it, quite frankly. What would you like to see happen to the lady? Well, we don't know what her mental state was or anything that was going on, obviously. Based on what we see, though, based on the vehicle that I saw and how the two were head-to-head together, and the damage that was done to the police vehicle, even though, apologize for the dogs barking, we are broadcasting live, so this will happen. Yes, I know. Apologize for that. So the vehicle that is head-on into the police vehicle, damage to both vehicles, lots of damage to the police car. I'd show you pictures, can't get them up right now, but that's okay. Trust me on this. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Due to the current emergency bail schedule for COVID-19, Brenda, 36-year-old Brenda in Riverside, was released on a notice to appear. She was released. Catch and release. Now we're releasing criminals. Two vehicles were transported to the hospital, treated for injuries, and released. They will be off work for the next couple of days while they recover. Police vehicle sustained several thousands of dollars worth of damage. Many officers were needed to apprehend Brenda, our friend Brenda. Not really our friend. Brenda was belligerent and had a combative demeanor while she was being medically treated. So what we have here is a lady that was combative. She decided to attack other vehicles in the neighborhood, in the McDonald's parking lot. Police were called. They couldn't subdue her. Woman runs into the police's vehicle, disabling it and hers. She's arrested, taken to the hospital where she's belligerent, taken to jail where she is released. Catch and release. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just happening at the borders. This now is happening in Riverside, around the world, United States anyway. This is becoming a common thing, and this, to me, is a problem. Anywho, that's my story for today. I would love to hear from you, and I'm going to pop up here real quick what you can do if you'd like to get in touch with us. Shoot me an email here, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like. hartsonmedia@pm.me. And if you'd like to be on the show, go ahead and shoot me over a message real quick. And that's flashing down at the bottom at anchor.fm/Bryan Hartson/message. You can leave a voice message there, and I may play it on the air, and I may invite you on the show as well. And this will wrap it up for our first show, if you will, pre-show, if you will, on the Bryan Hartson Show. And I really want to thank you for being a part of the show, listening, and stay tuned for more of our shows to come up. Coming up in the next few days, we will have City Council member Wes Speaks of Corona, California, be joining us. And we also have a show with a gentleman who will be talking about Governor Newsom and his recall. And so his position on that, how he feels about that. So thank you again for joining us. Glad that you were able to be with us. We'll talk to you soon.